Hello, everyone. Welcome to Problem Sleuth Chapter 4, which is Hairpin Trigger. I don't think I ever even said the name of the previous chapter, Persecuted by Unscrupulous Horrors. But yeah. We're going to page 327 this time. Oh boy. Oh god. What happens if I actually try to open this? Spoilers! You have not read far enough to see this. Yeah. Awesome. So 327. Awesome. I ended up joining a Discord call, but I am deafened in it. I'm just saying that in case there's suddenly a Discord noise at some point. That's the explanation of it. That'll probably be the case for Chapter 5, but hopefully not after that. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway. A stick and problem sleuth examine rooms. Last time I reminded you to save, you're on your own from here.
You are now Pickle Inspector.
Oh boy, motherfucker. Motherfucker in the flesh, oh boy.
You are now buying time in the story while you...
Okay, I'm gonna check that real quick. Have no clue what that is, but I'm just gonna ignore it.
You're now buying time in the story while you go to the bother of drawing those 2 new back rooms.
Awesome. Look around room.
You examine your surroundings. Your door is blocked by something, judged by the marks on the door, and it looks like you attempted to open it with some sort of a weapon. There is a hairpin on the floor.
Oh yeah, I forgot there will be a news post soon.
Pick up hairpin. You equip the hairpin. Okay, sweet. Armed with the machine gun, you are an unstoppable murdering machine. The heavy weapon is perfect for sating that burning desire to fill something with hot lead. A few pages ago, I suggested a small key might double as a tiny gun, but judging by this, it probably turned into something more like a bazooka, much like those Tootsie Rolls. Next. You drop the machine gun. Your Vim characteristic is way too low to carry around such a heavy object.
Why is there another news post? We don't even have this one yet.
Pickle Inspector, take a look out hole in door.
Oh, no, we have it.
A trombone is wedged between the door and the wall. The horn is really rusty. Could use some serious polishing. See how that hole in the door foreshadowed this? Hard to believe that was only 2 pages ago. Problem Sleuth might have been the one to call to have the horn lodged in front of Pickle Inspector's door in the first place, but at least he was decent enough to make a follow-up call to have the horn polished thereafter. Back when his phone wasn't broken, that is. Okay, I see. Okay. Fucking back in a week. I expect the suggestion box to be overwhelmingly flooded when I get back. Pickle Inspector, replace the cover on that old picture. It bothers you. You try to put your safe closed, but it is too heavy. Your Vim is not nearly high enough. You're not sure where the elf painting cover went. Perhaps an elf took it. Elves may or may not be real. Pickle Inspector, he's Smarties to boost Vim. They're not Smarties, they're Tootsie Rolls. Pickle Inspector, become homoerotically interested in your fan. You attempt to woo your fan by turning it on. However, there's no electricity in your office presently. There's a card taped to the fan. Pickle Inspector, look at card.
Glass Blowers Inc. offering glass creations with no erotic connotations whatsoever since 1905. Seriously, we have to make things out of glass. 1-800 Blowhard.
You place a Glass Blowers Inc. card in your inventory. What the fuck is happening with that? What the fuck? What is happening? What is happening?
I'm gonna keep ignoring that. Hey, fuck. Okay, I'm gonna check real quick. Could just be a shitty connection because I'm uploading a video, but whatever. We'll worry about it later.
Andrew Hussey, become homoerotically interested in your fan. Andrew Hussey becomes aroused by the fans of Evan's Paid Adventures. Way to break the fourth wall, numbskull. On the website, I think this remained as a typo, hemo-erotically, for approximately 10 months before I noticed.
Problems with A Stick and Pickle Inspector? Dance! Yeah! 8 Stick enters the back room. There are a couple of stills. One is for making illicit liquor during the Prohibition era.
era. Another is for making another sort of substance, possibly also illicit. All of the liquor appears to have been stolen. There are some handgun bullets on the floor. There's also a target paint on the ceiling for some reason. Loud swing music and lively footsteps are heard from the room above. First traces of advanced puzzle planning, most notably tipped off by the targets drawn on the ceiling.
Oh man. Next. Problem Sleuth enters the back room. It appears to be a storage room for various instruments. Mysteriously, most of the instruments have been plundered from the room. Hung on the wall are portraits of some legendary jazz musicians. You regard them with awe. Loud swing music and lively footsteps are heard from the room above.
Pickle Inspector, take a hearty swig from mysterious bottles. The first bottle contains illicit moonshine. The second bottle contains hot sauce. The third bottle contains your own excrement saved up for prolonged office entrapment. You would take a swing from one, but you seem to have misplaced your handy drinking implements. If Pickle Inspector stole the moonshine and hot sauce from 80 stills, then I guess he must have some secret way into the back rooms that we don't know about yet.
A stick, load keys, and used on target on ceiling. You pick up the handgun bullets. They are not compatible with your Tommy gun. You will have to use the remainder of its ammo if you wish to fire it.
I'm sorry, I don't think I quite know how to news right now.
Awesome. It's okay, you don't have to news, it's fine.
Okay, fire Tommy gun at target. You point the ring of keys, target ward.
Cutscene. The room above is a busy speakeasy. The clients boisterously enjoy illicit libations. There is a bust of the speakeasy's owner, the mobster Kingpin. He is obviously the scourge of the pseudo-prohibition-era universe. Nobody fucks with him.
Throughout the entire story, there is no evidence to suggest there is any authority to actually enforce the prohibition laws, and that's probably the way the speakeasy patrons like it.
Neat. Bullets pierce the floor in a semicircular pattern around the bus. The patrons flee in fright out the exit. The exit is now barred through some automated security mechanism, probably to prevent meddlesome coppers from barging in.
If you know the geography of the building/universe, it's fun to picture the route taken to deliver the Mobster Kingpin bus there.
The gunfire ignite a potent fumes from the stills. The room is on fire. The ring of keys is out of ammunition.
Pickle Inspector, break the glass in the door, dislodging the trombone. You take a limp-wristed swing at the glass, but it seems there's no glass in the door frame. You tumble through the opening. You're in a small room with an elf. The elf possibly guards secrets and a switch behind him. I think the nature of Pickle Inspector's window said something about his character. Problem Sleuth's window is a piece of paper. Ace Sticks is merely glass. Pickle Inspector's is a portal to a small room with an elf standing in
it. Yeah, fucking oddly interesting.
Pickle Inspector, ask the elf for wishes. Your pulchritude is too low to command the loyalty of elves. Pickle Inspector,
leave. Yeah, the fucking... The point where, like, offhanded jokes start morphing the pulchritude from the useless stat to something that actually means something. And in fact ends up becoming the most important stat in the game. How that happens, I won't say it.
Pickle Inspector, leave. You exit the small room through the door. And you'll notice the door swings the other way when used from the other side, leaving the trombone completely undisturbed. This strikes me as one of the strangest physical concepts in Problem Sleuth for some reason.
True.
Pickle Inspector, search room for drinking implements. You find a rubber tube under your hat. Pickle Inspector, look for a container to siphon the liquid into. You retrieve your tea set from your forts. You've been keeping it in there to supplement your imaginative games and make-believe. Pickle Inspector, siphon liquid. You siphon some of the hot sauce into the teapot. You siphon some of the illicit liquor into a teacup. You decide to leave the shit where it is. What the fuck?
I'm just gonna mute. I'm gonna mute Discord's fucking sound real quick. Hold on. Okay. Temporarily muted until we finish chapter 5, I guess. Anyway,
Pickle Inspector, take a sip of hot sauce. You take a small sip from the teapot. Your vim is boosted. You begin to sweat profusely. Pickle Inspector, add hairpin to the inventory. You equip the hairpin. The machine gun suddenly goes off. The last thing at the hairpin trigger. The bottles are shattered, leaving an unpleasant slurry all over the floor. He was so peaceful in his fort until the user came along and told him to do all this stuff.
surely I forgot to fucking. Actually, hold on, I need to check something. Alright, back at it again. Took longer of a break than I would have wanted, but yeah, anyway,
You drop the machine gun. You're still too weak to wield it. It goes up again, and the volatile concoction catches fire. Your office is on fire. If you examine evidence, Pickle Inspector was just begging to burn out his office. Flammable substances, heavy firepower, a covered-up sprinkler system, and an electrical outlet positioned right next to the running water. The skylight above jostles. It pops out plates to reveal a sprinkler, which has been activated by the smoke. The sprinkler douses the flames. The skylight dangles from its power cord, which is plugged into an outlet on a ceiling. The water cools you off. Your vim returns to normal.
Problem Sleuth, examine plaques beneath pictures. 1. Blind Willie Buttermilk Stubbs. 2. Father Blind Pappy Ramblin' Jackson. 3. Carl Soaks Can't See a Damn Molasses Fats. Such extraordinary jazz legends. They bring a tear to your eye. It seems they're without their instruments, though. Problem Sleuth, play Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata on the piano. You can't remember the notes to that song. Instead, you play an improved rendition of a classic Buttermilk Stubbs composition. Things are really starting to cook.
Maybe this is an allusion to the circumstances in which things are really too hot to handle. It was simply referring to lively jazz arrangements, either that or the room fires.
Some icons beneath the plaques are revealed. Problem Sleuth, go down the stairs, attempt to open door.
Hey, Stick, go up the stairs, attempt to open door. Both of the doors are
I guess it's both. Both of the doors are blocked from the other side. It appears someone has wedged an oboe between the doors.
I think we can finally piece together what really happened here. Pickle Inspector snuck into a 2-back room and stole some liquor and hot sauce from 80 stills and an oboe from Problem Sleuth's collection of instruments. He then fled to the room to the speakeasy, jamming the oboe in between the doors to lock them in. The cycle of stupidity is complete.
Hey, Stick, drink brandy and forget you're on fire. You imbibe heavily to drown your conflagrative sorrows.
Boy.
Hey, Stick, MC Hammer slide out of the room.
Ooh, slide to the right.
You enter your fort to escape the shrieking nightmare that has swallowed your life whole.
Pickle Inspector, add skylight to inventory. You take the skylight. Pickle Inspector drinks some illicit moonshin, and rush to your fort. You take a sip. It only marginally boosts your already naturally high imagination stat. You'll need to consume a much more powerful form of liquor if you wish to boost it much further. You duck into the fort to escape the freezing downpour.
You hear your phone ringing from the other room. Problem Sleuth, retrieve clarinet, trumpet, and tuba from secret room. You gather up the horns. Beneath the tuba is a cartridge of Tommy gun munitions.
For one of the top problem sleuths in the city, Problem Sleuth sure has ignoring his phone down to an art form.
Problem Sleuth, use instruments on respective jazz legends. To supply the musicians with their horns, a switch appears on the wall. Problem Sleuth, throw the switch. The power is activated in Pickle Inspector's office. The fan turns on. The wind from the fan blows the safe shut.
And of course, the icing on the mindfuck cake is the fact that Problem Sleuth has sole access to the switch that powers Pickle Inspector's office for some reason.
The power in Problem Sleuth's office shuts off. The phone is still ringing. Gotta check something real quick. Alright. I did not need to do that probably. Also, I just realized we're more than halfway through this chapter and it's only 15 minutes in. was expecting this to be like 45 minutes to get. I'm pretty fast at this. Yeah. Or again, it's just like not as long as you think it is. Because again, it's just like, of course, there's a plot, but there's just a lot of puzzle solving too. So, meh. Anyway, problem Sleuth. Tell a damn one phone to call back. Take slug of whiskey. You answer the phone in a hard-boiled manner. You explain to the woman gruffly that you'd love to help her out, sweetheart, but you're up to your neck in all this weird puzzle shit. You hang up. Problem Sleuth. Enter for it.
The eternally foregrounded coffee pot, the greatest puzzle of all. The day, alright, new voice. The dame explained to the dead receiver, but please don't go. She's been trapped in her apartment for hours and needs help. The pillow on the floor. How did I get there? My schemes are in motion.
You enter your imaginary office, now with only 2 imaginary lives to spare. Try to be a little more careful this time.
The spoiled steak dinners reminds me of The Sims, a universe in which it would take about 20 minutes for a plate of food to spoil. Of course, those idiots would wind up eating it anyway, and then put the plate on the floor and piss themselves.
Problem Sleuth. Exit office. A Stick and Pickle Inspector are having a chat. You wonder if they're talking about you. I think, okay, no, I was about halfway when they said that. I thought I got the math wrong for a second, but no, I think I was pretty much right.
A Stick whispered to Pickle Inspector to rouse Problem Sleuth's curious suspicion.
A Stick is whispering something to the lanky fellow. You smell a plot. Your mind furiously sets to work on a way to disrupt their connivings. Problem Sleuth charged down hall, shouting profanities and being silly. This is the best plan you come up with.
A missed opportunity for a more evocative style of pantomime, a la his stiller face earlier.
I love the scene a lot. I wish it was more like this. I mean, there's a lot of there is more like this, but this is just like a low stakes of just fucking around together, like fucking with each other to be silly. Like most of the other shenanigans of this caliber later are usually have like a lot more going on. It's not just to be silly. Okay, maybe some of it is. Maybe some of it's silly, but it all like plays a grander role. This is just silly to be silly, and I like it. The other 2, inspired by your magnificent pulchritude, rally around you as a leader and follow you towards the exit. You stop them, reminding them that there's a monster on the street and they are terribly ill-equipped for the battle. You will all need better armament. Problem Sleuth, ask Pickle Inspector to conjure more powerful guns. Pickle Inspector nods sagely. He'll see what he can do.
Problem Sleuth is armed with a candy corn handgun.
Note the open chamber design. You've got to let your candy corn ammo breathe. Or breath. It helps to prevent jamming.
Ace Dick is armed with a Tootsie Roll shotgun.
I always felt like this was the weakest of the 3 candy gun designs, so well, I'll just chalk it up to 80s piss poor imagination.
Pickle Inspector is armed with a Pez Uzi.
And of the 3, there's always the one I can most easily imagine existing in reality. You can almost feel the cheap plastic parts creaking in your hand as you squeeze the trigger. Pez jams, frequent.
Pose as a team because shit just got real.
Oh, that's a long hiatus.
You copy and paste your previous poses into a new file and animate the background rapidly.
Oh no, I'm away again. Be back in a week, 5-8 or so.
5-8 later.
Pickle Inspector, shoot a stick in the face.
All. Wait. Yeah, again, I fucking love those stupid scenes. They're just dicking around together. There might be more that I'm just not remembering, but yeah. I think starting from chapter 5 starting from chapter 5 stuff, they kind of end up getting split a lot more often, and by the time they get and whenever they're together, there's serious shit happening. So we don't get much time for this shit. Anyway,
all exit begin candy-oriented assault.
Maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised with my failing memory.
The great beast is ready for battle with a replenished health bar, fast-paced organ music, and a haunting vocal chorus that accompanies your epic struggle.
This is just like this is the first boss. It does not need to be this epic. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, there's not gonna be any music till we actually start Homestuck. I'm just trying to think. The silence is a little deafening. Ironically, it's just like, oh well. Okay. Anyway, next. We're here. The beast makes a preemptive assault on your party's leader. Your auto parry kicks in. You avoid the savage lunge with your sleuth roll. By saying kicks in, I think I was implying that auto parry was just something that sort of happened. You can never deliberately auto parry. It only happens when an unseen DM makes a roll in your favor, or when I just feel like making something funny happen. Problem Sleuth, battle menu. Progress, battle technique, combat operandi, persuade, mollify, and abscond. Also with shit like instant level, animal consumption, and elf tiers. You open your battle menu and select Aggress. You fire your kidney corn handgun at the monster. It takes heavy damage from projectile treats. Of all these useless battle commands I made up, which I never thought I'd use, I eventually wound up using almost all of them. Arguably the most ridiculous one, Insulin Level, ended up being one of the most critical stats, but not for the heroes, of course. It has this in common with Pulchritude. Yeah, fucking... That's just something that tends to happen in these stories. Like, I think Problem Sleuth makes up so much ridiculous bullshit that comes forward later. While with Homestuck, you're hard pressed to find a page that has no narrative relevance whatsoever. In fact, I think it'd be pretty silly to actually like try literally like I thought of like making something where I just like go through Homestuck page by page and just discern the relevance of every individual page. I don't think like if anything it'd be like on MSPFA probably. I don't think I would have it in on here. I don't see why. But like it's an interesting fun thought. Anyway,
Pickle Inspector, battle menu. You follow Problem Sleuth's lead and riddle the piece with high-powered rounds of Pez.
Oh boy.
A stick battle menu. A stick cocks the Tootsie Roll shotgun and strike the brutal affront for massive damage. The beast is slain.
I do regret never using the command Exasperate, though. In an alternate universe, I imagine this became a heavy running gag where AD was exasperating things left and right, advancing through new, even more aggravating exasperation texts.
I do like that, even with the assumption that the reader has fucking seen, like, read the whole thing before. The narration kind of like tries to, the author commentary tries to lay up on spoilers until they're relevant. It'll casually say some things, but yeah. I think this reaches another thing with fucking Homestuck, where in the author commentary where the Hussey just starts like fucking constantly fucking throwing out fake spoilers that never happen. And I fucking love the author commentary. The author commentary in Problem Sleuth is kind of like what you expect from author commentary. Homestuck, well, about half of it is the same. What do you expect from normal commentary? But the other half is just Hussey being a complete fuckwad and messing with people. It's fun. Anyway, reap spoils the battle. Victorious moment! Problem Sleuth gained a level, +1 imagination, +5 portraiture, +1 vim. Problem Sleuth accrued battle techniques, sleuth diplomacy. Problem Sleuth can combine with the following animals. Weasels will commune with not combine. This ain't Transformers. Is that? I think they can do that in Transformers. A stick gained a level. Imagination 0, +0 portraiture, +6 vim. A stick increased stomach capacity by 0.4 liters. A stick increased stomach capacity by 0.5 liters. A stick increased stomach capacity by 0.75 liters. A stick achieved level 18 stomach prowess. A stick accrued combat operandi belly of the whale. Pickle Inspector gained a level. +10 imagination, +2 portraiture, +0 vim. And Pickle Inspector learned how to use the following items: Jawbreaker Cannon, Gummy Bear IED, and Peanut Brittle Dumbwaiter. 8 stick gained a level, +0 imagination, -3 portraiture, +8 vim.
Ace Dick accrued Battle Technique Level 2 Truffle Shuffle. The Beast dropped Artifact Polished Horn.
The only thing mentioned here that never came into play was a gummy bear IED, which understandably was never used because, let's face it, that would have been so dumb. Again, most of this was never meant to be used ever. I need to learn one of these days that if I casually mention something as a joke, I am practically guaranteed to use it later, probably repeatedly.
And it's fucking awesome. Problem Sleuth, jump on a monster's legs. The torso cavity is mushy and warm. It makes for a comfortable bucket seat. Problem Sleuth, use legs like power armor and stroll around city. Problem Sleuth goes for a stroll.
How does Problem Sleuth control the legs? Must be on account of his high animal communion level, I guess. Problem Sleuth, Pickle Inspector. Examine the polished horn. Its lustre is arresting. It's mysterious, unfathomable. You place the polished horn in your inventory. Problem Sleuth, Pickle. Problem youth. That's what that actually says. For Pickle Inspector was a lie. Get imaginary candy corn. You pick up the bag of candy corn. Pickle Inspector, conjure peanut brittle dumbwaiter.
Holy shit.
Ace Dick, take a dog from man. You take the ugly dog.
The ugly dog, one of the only inventory items that never gets used. It was too ugly. It was just too ugly and useless.
This is a lie, actually. It does get used at one point, in a very relaxed way. Like it's not like some Deus Ex Machina or some shit. It's not important. It just is used at one point.
Problem Sleuth, summon Weasel King.
You do not have enough elf tier to summon the Weasel King. Pickle Inspector and Ace Dick go up dumbwaiter into Ace Dick's window. You cannot go up the stairs to Ace's office. The path is blocked by a frightening beast. Problem Sleuth, use monster's legs to jump up to compatriots. Sensing your compatriots are in trouble, you decide to use your powerful legs to leap into battle. But something distracts you, a light coming from a storefront, and music. It is a dancer, spinning to the tune of a music box. An unfamiliar face looms large behind it.
Ace Dick, one word, belly of the whale. You would use combat operandi, belly of the whale, with gusto. However, your cache of elf tears is dry to bone.
That's 4 words, dumbass. Why are readers so dumb sometimes?
Yeah.
Auto parry. The beast makes an unexpected pounce.
Pickle Inspector employs a successful auto parry with the technique Pickle Distraction.
For some reason, my favorite word on this page is unexpected.
Ace Dick, Truffle Shovel Level 2. You show the beast what you and fat kids everywhere are made of.
It takes a while for the truffle shovel to be worth a damn battle.
The beast suffers minimal damage. Ace Dick is slain.
Note the skull. Now keep in mind that Ace Dick slaying not only yielded humorous dividends, but proved to be mission critical.
Problem Sleuth, investigate the window. The dancer in the window stops spinning. The window has gone dark.
Pickle Inspector, imagine Jawbreaker Cannon. Pickle Inspector, fire! The Jawbreaker Cannon, Savage Upbraid. The Jawbreaker Cannon inflicts a Savage Upbraid for 100 times damage. The beast is defeated. Pickle Inspector gains a level. Plus 12 Imagination, plus 1 Punctuation, and minus 4 Vim. Pickle Inspector accrued Battle Technique, level 5 Disconcerting Ogle. The beast dropped artifact, Burnished Horn.
Problem Sleuth, use legs to imitate creatures' mating dance. You strut your stuff with some fancy footwork. Problem Sleuth is slain. Beast, put on hat.
If you're wondering how the beast put on the hat with his tiny arms, please bear in mind it is an imaginary beast. Pickle Inspector, take horn. You acquire the Burnished Horn. Pickle Inspector, hurry upstairs. You speed towards Ace's office and make sure he's alright. Your imaginary body cannot be sustained on the material plane. Pickle Inspector loses an imaginary life. A stick is nowhere to be found. Imaginary flesh in the real world, highly unstable. Imaginary bones in the real world, permanent.
A stick suffers the unpleasant aftermath of his imagination binge. The flames in the storeroom are doused by a large volume of vomit.
The fact that he doused his flame with mostly alcohol-based vomit to this day strikes me as one of the greatest logical fallacies in Problem Sleuth.
Problem Sleuth quenches his hangover with the remainder of the coffee.
Oh god, the coffee is gone! What are we going to do?
And I think that's the end of the chapter. Yeah, next chapter starts on the next page. It's also kind of a short one. It's not as short as chapter 3, but it's only a little longer. So, oh yeah, only 30 minutes for this pretty long chapter, actually. Damn. Oh well. We're making great progress, and that's important, even with reading the commentary in the news. But thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all in chapter 5. Fuck making an outro. Fuck you.